Hello, welcome to Jadekind Gaming. My name is Adam, and today I will be unboxing another Pathfinder flip mat. This one is the Flooded Dungeon, as I continue to collect more of the flip mats. Just for those times when I need a quick environment and don't have time to build something with the Dwarven Forge or such. So I picked this one up, the Flooded Dungeon, and it's got Drenched Catacombs and sea caves at high tide. So a couple environments here. Hold out and take a look at them. See what they're good for. Let's begin with the Drenched Catacombs. And actually, we'll take a look at both sides right up here. First, just a brief overview, enough for you to kind of get a mindset for what we're looking at when I go into the close-ups. And here, try and remember this one too. This is the other side that we'll look at afterwards. But starting with this, and the reason it's Drenched Catacombs, starting because this is the borders, the framing for their sewer tiles or their sewer flip mats. So this comes out of a sewer. Ew. So this is sewer water pouring into this, which at the very least, Paizo, with their infinite wisdom, decides that sewers are just green water, which I prefer. So we got it going into this sort of cavern that has stairs going up to somewhere we'll get later. And it does look like there's like a whirlpool. Who knows where that's going? I pity the adventurers who have to chase down whatever got lost down there and follow after it, but that's very well describe what they're having to go through as they're delving down. Sure, your spell may let you breathe water, but do you really want to breathe this water? Or a little side cavern coming up here. There's a little spots to stand along here as this cavernous bit comes in, and then on this end you can reach this through just actually like dry cave. That's the colors of their cave tiles, so we match with that, and this kind of feeds up into here, where it is actually fouled up the catacomb itself. And these are all seeming a little small, but I guess the idea is the bones would go in these little alcoves, and well, once all the fleshy bits are off of people, I guess they take up a little less space. But sort of little hallways here. You know, if you're having to try and find something in one of these alcoves, or maybe you're down looking for something and there are just skeletons animating and pouring out from all these alcoves. Because yeah, it can happen. Coming up through here. There are stairs going up. We'll get to that. Back here, you actually get some smashed up coffins and sort of a raised stone coffin. That could be something you have to be, like, that could be a target that you're searching for. More of the little alcoves or stairs going up. Again, another of those coffins as before. Maybe you have to reach both. Maybe this is the one you're looking for. It has this looking to be almost aberration Cthulhu-esque statue sort of before it. So this might not just be any ordinary catacombs. These are catacombs for Cthulhu worshippers or whatever. Anyways, stairs going up as before into this center room. Just has a weird pattern on the floor. Otherwise, nice area if the players want somewhere to fall back to and have their battle. But of course, there are multiple entrances, so exposed coming from all directions. This goes off to their normal dungeon tiles, dungeon layouts, whatever, so we can continue it that way. Over here, a few more catacombs and went up here into this area. This room goes through this area that is a smashed one of those Cthulhu statue things, and into this room, which is the same room that originally the first room went past a couple of statues. Like, that's like a bug creature statue. That's a statue that's too covered in cobwebs to see. That statue is crumbled. That one looks like either like fire elemental or werewolf statue. This one is mostly covered in spiderwebs, but you can see a tendril coming out of it, very similar to the kind of tendrils off the Cthulhu-esque statues. This one is either broken in the back or heavily cobwebbed, as is like cobwebs in the corner and over here. But this room, separate on all sides from this muck, seems to have a layer of that same green filth pouring out into it as well. These are each designed to be columns, you can tell, because this one has crumbled. Now, column that's crumbled could mean the ceiling's going to fall in too, but could just be there to show these are columns. But yeah, so you have a central worship here. So yeah, you have catacomb chambers, you have a few chambers with Cthulhu-esque things, and then dealing with the muck and mire coming out of the sewers on this side. So that's one flooded dungeon. Let's take a look at another. On this one, you have this big entrance. It's a sea cave. So coming in from lake, ocean, sea, whatever, you have this area. Now, I would point out, it looks like, there's like a small, like you could squeeze through here, but you couldn't get a boat through. It would be tough even getting a boat through here. You'd have to have a very small boat. So, most likely, you're swimming this. And of course, remember, if you're swimming on these rocks, then these rocks are wet and slippery. So anyways, coming in here, because of these black areas connect to the ceiling of the cave, which suggests that these rocks do not. So you could crawl over these rocks while they are slippery. That is an option. The black areas are the areas that completely connect. And so you kind of go along here. Actually, it gets dark enough you can't really tell. Maybe there's a passage through here on land. Maybe there's not. But once you get over here, at least, there's definitely a passage to make your way around. And of course, what creatures with, kraken, baby kraken kind of thing, just something reaching in and trying to pull you into the water if you're going along this side. The things you're having to search for within. Okay, this section doesn't connect yet, so I'm going to fold this up so we can continue to just follow the path that ends right off there. I'll just show. See, ends. So this passage just continues up here. Over here you have another little aquatic entrance. Passage continues on. You can squeeze through there. If you want to get out to this end, another spot that ends over here. Little spots to wait, but this area comes in towards the actual dungeon. So the water's made its way up, but you find your way to this sort of winding staircase that comes up into this dungeon. Very typical dungeon stone environment, so you can lead off into whatever normal dungeon you have from here. Otherwise, it's a series of chambers to do with as you would like. Some combat encounters, stealth mission. The only real notable one is this back corner that has a well that seems to have water spilling out from it. So again, another way of a sort of flooded environment of water getting into it. They put a well in there. Wonderful. But otherwise, yeah, just a few rooms and an exit to go deeper into the dungeon. This is mostly the sea cave entrance to it. Of course, maybe really the entrance is through that well. So yeah, just a couple flooded environments. Really, both of them could be the entrance to the dungeon, as the dungeon passage at the far end of the Cthulhu crypts could be going into the dungeon. Which those are particularly useful for me going into 3D terrain, because maybe all I really need is the entrance to a dungeon that I can throw out on the table. We can have enough of an encounter for that, and by the time they get to the real dungeon, it'll be the next session, and I can have built something because I was prepared. Because the big thing I've gotten to the point now is flip mats are great for I'm not ready for this. So getting great useful ones, and also even just for ideas. Because I do, like, as I go through and I look at these with you guys, I talk about, here's ways you can use this. And that's me just coming up with ideas, looking at the art that's on there. So, always useful for that as well. I'll, of course, link where you can pick this up online down in the description, as always. Like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff does help me out, and I do appreciate it. Thank you for watching.